Hey friends, we have a short core sequence today. There will be a bit of yoga inspiration, but keep in mind this is more on the fitness side of things. So as you move through the exercises, the postures, the breath work, please listen to your body, take breaks when you need to, and modify at any point if it doesn't feel great in your body. We'll start together in a supine position. Come onto your back. Land with your feet flat on the mat, hands rest on the front of your hips, shoulders soften from your ears, and just take a few breaths for yourself. You may start to bring some awareness to the center of your body, the core. Feel your belly rise and fall. Feel your breath expand into your side bodies, your back body. We'll target the full 360 core today, front body, side bodies, and back body. We'll start with a fairly gentle crunch movement. Soften your shoulders from your ears. Rest your hands on your thighs. And as you exhale, can you slowly peel your shoulder blades off the mat? Slide your fingertips towards your knees. And keep the back of your neck long. There's that gentle crunch in the core. And exhale, slowly soften back down. Okay. Again, exhale, breath. Fingertips slide up towards your knees. Inhale, soften back down. Let's try that for 8 more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Okay. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if that helps you to find some ease in this initial movement. We're not forcing or trying to strain the body in any way now. We're just awakening the midline of the body. I think this is 5. Stay with your breath. Last 4. Lower. Last 3. Your lift and lower move at the same pace. Last 2. And lower. The last one, pause at the top, shoulders from ears, back of the neck long. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly soften. Okay. With your arms up overhead, tuck your shoulder blades in behind you, press into your feet, lift your hips. And again, the back of your neck is long and we awaken the front line of the body. This might feel like a nice stretch for the core. Okay, on your exhale, can you slowly lower your hips, soften down? Exhale, breath, crunch, fingertips slide up your knees. Inhale to soften down. Okay, and exhale, reach your arms overhead. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips. Exhale, soften your hips to the mat. Inhale, hands to shin or thighs. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale to soften, exhale, arms overhead. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips. Exhale, slow lower. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, soften down, arms overhead. Press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Let's do that for 5 more. Slow, steady with your breath. So we're not overexerting the body. We're not creating space for injury. There's so much awareness and control in the movement. Okay, let's go for 4. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, arms overhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, crunch up. This is 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, arms overhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands to hip. Last 2. Inhale, slow lower. Arms overhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one here, hands to hips. Okay, exhale, crunch up. Inhale to lower. Arms overhead, exhale. Inhale, press up, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze in. You can rock from side to side. Take your hands to the back of your knees and extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Soften your shoulders from your ears. You can invite a gentle massage into the back of your legs. Just warm them up for this next bit of movement. Okay. Arms reach up towards your toes. On your exhale, crunch, reach your fingertips towards your toes, soften back down. Then open your legs up to a straddle, find your own range. Reach your arms out in front. Keep the back of your neck long, press your back into the mat, then slowly come back through center. Squeeze through your inner thighs, feet together, crunch up towards your toes and lower. Open up to straddle, reach through and lower, okay? Same thing, find that flow with your breath. Exhale to crunch, inhale to soften, exhale to crunch, inhale to lower the upper body. Let's go for 8, lower. Squeeze in, last 7. Try to keep your low back on the mat if you can, crunch up. Last 6. Hey, you can feel the inner thighs really working to stabilize the legs, especially as you squeeze back in. Last 5. Lower. Last 4. And reach. Last 3. Find your breath. Last 2. And reach. One more time. You can do it. Crunch up, lower, squeeze through, and slowly draw your legs back together to touch. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock from side to side. Let that go. Okay. Send your legs back up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands to the back of your right leg this time. Lower your left heel to a hover. Option to keep the back of your head, shoulder blades rooted. Option to hover the back of your head, shoulder blades up. Slow alternating legs. Right leg will draw in. And as you exhale, switch left leg in, right heel to hover. Okay. Exhale, switch right leg in, left heel to hover. Hold for your inhale. And exhale, switch. Okay, we'll stay here for 8, 7. Alternate with your breath. Last 6, 5, 4. You're doing great. Stay with it. Last 3, 2, and 1. Pause here at 1. Option to charge through your right heel. Option to lower your heel to the mat to modify. Okay, but take both sets of fingertips, reach them over towards the left side of your space. I'll add a little side crunch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center, right leg in. Let's go right over to the other side. Left heel will hover or lower it down to the mat. Reach both sets of fingertips to the right. Add your little crunch for 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back through center. Exhale, release, knees to chest, soften in. Hands to the back of your knees this time to add a rock and roll. So you'll move back and forth along your spine 2, 3, 4 times and come all the way through to a tabletop. Okay. So a slow progression here from tabletop. Start in on the hands and the knees. And we'll start with a protraction and retraction of the shoulders. So slowly lower your chest down towards the mat as you feel your shoulder blades drawing towards one another. Try to keep your core engaged. And then press away from your palms to draw the shoulder blades apart. So as you exhale, sink in. Inhale, separate. We're here for 8, press. 7, press. Really grip into your fingers, press. Last 5, squeeze. 4, 3, core is on. Last 2, and 1. Pause here through center. Lower down onto your forearms and your elbows. Okay, and we'll do the same thing. Knees and hips are still in that stacked position. But once again, can you drop your chest towards the mat, shoulder blades draw in, and then exhale, dome across your back body. Inhale, drop in, and exhale, broaden. If you're doing the opposite breath pattern, that's totally fine. Find a breath pattern that works for you. I think I just switched it up. Let's go for 7. Last 6. Press away from your forearms. Last 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we'll add on from here. Send your knees back so you come into a modified forearm plank. So right away, you'll call upon your core just a little bit more to hold you here. Okay, so option 1, you're here on your knees. We'll add that lower and that lift, lower and lift. Okay, now this might be where you stay. If you feel like you can challenge the body just a little bit more, here's one more option. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees up off the mat. Keep the protraction, retraction, shoulder movement. Squeeze into your core. Yes, we're using a lot of upper body work here. Let's stay together for 8, 7, whether your knees are on the mat or not. You're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down to the mat, palms on the mat, child's pose. Press back. Soften into your belly, relax across your chest and shoulders. And next inhale, come all the way forward. This time, can you slide your right hand slightly forward, extend your left leg long behind you, right toe shift behind you, open up to a modified side plank. Okay. Left arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Okay. Invite some space to open up along the outer left line of the body. Okay. And this may be challenging enough for you. Stay right here if this feels like work. Keep drawing in through your core, squeeze into your glutes, your quads. Lift up through your chest, maybe even your gaze if it feels okay on your neck. Okay. And then option to add a little bit more movement. Slowly begin to hover your left foot up off the mat. Reach your left arm towards the front of the space, and we'll add a crunch into the side body. So as you exhale, can you draw your elbow and knee towards one another? Then inhale, open back up, squeezing into this mid or that side body. Exhale, squeeze in, elbow to knee. Inhale to open. Let's go for 8. Open. 7. Open. Last 6. Stay with me. You can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back through center. Left hand to the mat, left knee to the mat, and give your right arm a big circle movement after supporting you on that side. You can give it a couple big shoulder rolls. Good, and then slowly come back on to your hands and knees. Okay, from here, both hands flat on the mat. This time, tuck your toes under. We'll come into a hovering table. Press into your palms, hover your knees an inch or two off the mat, dome across your back body. Fire up all that strength we found in our shoulder exercise. Okay, and then slower than you want to move, can you step your right foot back into a plank, left foot back into a plank? Okay, core is on the entire time. Dome across your back body. Left toe step in, right toe step in, hovering table. Opposite way, left foot steps back, right foot steps back. Whew, breathe here. Right toe step in, left toe step in. One more time, each side. Right foot steps back, plank. Left foot steps back. Okay, left toe step forward, right toe step forward. Last side to the left, left foot back. Right foot back, find your breath. Right foot hovering table, left foot hovering table. Stay for an inhale breath. Child's pose, lower your knees, walk your hands forward, forehead to the mat. Let that go. Next inhale, press into your palms, rise back up, tabletop. Okay. Left hand will slide forward this time. Open up to your modified side plank, open to the right. So once again, you have the option to stay right here, fire up through your core, lengthen into your side body, and then we'll add the extra bit of work for anyone interested. Lift your right leg up, right arm will reach forward. Take an inhale breath to lengthen. Exhale, elbow will draw in towards knee. Inhale, open back up. Okay. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open. Stay with me for 8. Open. 7, squeeze into your side body. Last 6, open. 5, so strong. 4, 3, Last two. Last one. Slowly come back through center. Right hand to the mat. Right knee to the mat. Okay. And take a few of those big shoulder circles now with the left side. Okay. Release all of that work. Okay. So we'll skip tabletop and move right into a downward facing dog. Inhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, pedal out your knees a few times. Then look forward right away. Walk to the top of your mat. There's a forward fold. Okay. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. So a little bit of standing work here. Take your left foot back. So I'm not mirroring you here. I've got my right foot forward, left foot back. Coming into a warrior one foundation, or warrior two foundation, actually just slightly shorter. And we'll set up for a triangle pose. So press into your right foot. Okay. Lift your right kneecap, fire up your right quad. Open up your arms to a T, and then slowly begin to hinge forward as you bring your right hand to your inner right thigh, calf, or ankle. Left arm will reach up towards the ceiling, mindful of the range you have in your shoulder joint. Okay, and keep your gaze forward for this work so we're not straining the neck. Okay. Then add a slow lift up from the waist, and then a slow lower. This is a little pulse up, a little pulse down for 8, 7, stick with it, 6, feel it in the left side body maybe, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top, press away from your right foot, turn to the long edge of your mat left side, and settle into a goddess squat. Bend your knees. Open up your knees to the space behind you. Give your shoulders a big roll. Take a few rocks side to settle in. Okay. And then we'll start with the hands here in front. Knuckles press in towards one another. Again, shoulders roll down and back. Okay, and we'll work the side bodies again, but this time from this goddess foundation, slowly begin to hinge over your right side and open up your arms to a T. Come back through center, keep the hips nice and low. Other side over to the left. So again, I'm not mirroring you here. Left side, come back through center. Let's do that again to the right. Option if this feels okay on the neck to lift your gaze, and to the left. Can you sink in a little bit deeper into the hips? Let's go for 8, back through center. 7, back through center. So there's this gentle crunch. Maybe it's intense into the side body. Last 5, come back through center. You got it. 4, come back through center. 3, center. Last 2, center. Last one, come back through center. Press into your feet. Let that go. We'll take it over to the other side right away. So you can shorten your stance if you need to. Left toes turn into the back of your space. My right toes turn in slightly so that I'm not pulling on my hips to open up. There's still some comfortability in where the hips can settle. Okay, core is on, squeeze into your glutes, arms open up, slow hinge, triangle pose. Okay, so you hover this bottom hand somewhere at the inner leg. Top arm, your right arm will reach up towards the ceiling. If the neck feels okay, you can look up, but might be more comfortable to keep the gaze forward. Let's add that core work. Little pulse up, little pulse down, little pulse up, little pulse down for 8, 7. Okay, can you fire up the side body? Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause at the top, and let's come all the way up. Okay, one more time, you guys. Goddess pose, heels turn in, toes turn out, and slowly settle all the way in. Let's bring the knuckles together. Okay, shoulders soften from ears. Maybe you can sink deeper this time into your goddess. Let's slowly hinge over the left side, open up, arms in a T position, and come back through center. Other side. And come back through center, sink even deeper. Let's stay here for 8, Center. Feel this in the side body if you can. Center. So good. Last 6. Center. 5. Center. Last 4. Center. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Come back to your center. Press away from your mat. Turn your toes forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Slow, wide leg forward fold. Take a moment or two to bend into your knees, flush out your lower body, rock from side to side. And then from here, can you walk your hands to the top of your mat? Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Okay, pedal out your knees a few times. Check back in with your body, your breath. Okay, and then come all the way forward into a plank. Lower your knees down to the mat and then slowly lower all the way to your belly. So just a little bit of work here for the back side of our core. Okay, so we'll start with a Cobra Pose, tops of your feet flat to the mat. Lengthen through the back of your neck, and on your inhale, can you slowly hover your chest off the mat? Feel that slight contraction in the back body, squeeze your glutes. Okay, maybe hover your palms. Stay for an inhale breath. And exhale, slow lower. Let's stack the palms at the top of the mat, rest your forehead on top of your hands, and take a few breaths. Second shape here on the belly, Locust Pose. Bring your arms back behind you. Okay. Zip your legs tight. On your inhale, lift everything up. So lift your chest, your feet, your legs, your hands, your arms. Okay, once again, that compression in the back body. Squeeze into your glutes to support the work. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Lift your palms, lift your feet. Stay for an inhale breath. And exhale, slow lower. Stack your hands. Rest your forehead. Take a breath. Okay, one more pose here. Let's call it Superman, arms reach out in front. We'll do opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, on your inhale, I'm trying to keep my chest lifted just to not muffle the microphone too much. So on the next breath, your forehead might be down on the mat to take off from there, but let's lift the left leg up and the right arm will reach forward. Okay, as you exhale, soften back down. Other side, lift your right leg, your left arm will reach forward and soften down. Okay, let's take a few nice and slow like that. Opposite leg, opposite arm, and soften. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to soften. Let's go. 4, lower. 3, lower. Last 2, lower. Last 1, lower. Option to take a few more nice and slow. Option 2, lift both legs, both arms. And just for fun, let's flutter opposite legs, opposite arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your forehead down. Okay, I'll try not to muffle the microphone. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Okay, stay here until you feel like your lower back has had an opportunity to soften. And neutralize after that work. And then we'll flip right over onto our back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze in. Rock from side to side. Massage your back body. Send your legs and your arms up towards the ceiling. Give your wrists and your ankles a gentle roll. There might be a gentle shake of your limbs. So you allow all of that work to drain away from the limbs. And then slowly lower into your final Shavasana. Arms out to the side, legs out long. If you're a yogi, this is your invitation to start to tap into intention, maybe meditation, if that's part of your practice. If you wouldn't consider yourself a yogi and you are here for the workout, the movement, this is a beautiful opportunity to sink into rest and allow your body to absorb the benefits of the work. And keep in mind, you're welcome to take some extra time to stretch, turn on one of our other videos to cool down. But I'll leave you here to take what you need, whether it's more movement or rest. Thank you so much for showing up and choosing to move with me today. It's such a pleasure to guide you. Have a beautiful day ahead.